Hey y'all, my name is Gracie Snow and this is Mitch's Pickin Parlor. So my dad built this barn years and years ago, and I've spent many days and nights playing out here, whether it was, music later on in life with my dad, or just hanging out, or when the floor didn't even have floorboards and it was just sand. I would drive those little tractors and trailers through the dirt and stuff. And my dad built this floor hoping that one day he'd be able to have some music out here. And, just like a lot of things, I feel like in life, the stuff like that just gets put off year after year. And unfortunately, he did not get around to doing it. But it's been a little dream of mine for about a year now to have this Mitch's Pickin Parlor thing going and turn into a stage. So I'm super excited for you guys to see the first episode. It's going to be a monthly thing, and I'm going to bring a friend out here every single month to tell you about how they got into playing music and, if their family was into it. And I feel like when I get to heaven, my heaven will definitely be some times on the porch at Shaley Springs. And that place is closed down now, unfortunately. And it's up for sale. So, if I win the lottery, you know what I'll be doing, buying Shaley Springs. But I had a lot of really good memories out there with my family playing music, and I just want to capture that feeling and being able to bring on people that mean a lot to me and share their heritage and stuff, because I know that as I've gotten older in life, I've just really realized how much those kinds of things mean to me. So if I could get it out into a physical forum to share it with you all, I would absolutely love to do that. Also, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but the sign is misspelled. And when my dad wrote it out, he painted it and didn't realize it until it was done that it was missing an R. And I thought about maybe not putting it up because, I don't know, it's missing an R. But my dad did it, and I told him that it would work if you had a transatlantic accent. So just say it like that in your head and it'll be fine. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to have our good buddy James Cook out here for the first episode, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I'm so excited. So thank you so much.
Hey, James Cook here at Mitch's Pickin Parlor at the Red Shed Sessions. So come join us on our next episode. these working man blues.
My name is Gracie Snow. This is James Cook, and we're here at Mitch's Pickin Parlor, the Red Shed Sessions. Thank you so much for coming out today, James.
Thank you for having me.
I'm happy that you get to be the first one on here. I know that, we've been talking about this for a while and stuff. So I know that the whole premise of this whole thing is kind of like family history and stuff like that, because, this was my dad's kind of area, and he obviously played music. And I wanted to bring you on here because I wanted you to tell us about maybe how, like, your family had some history with music and how you grew up getting into that.
Definitely. So, like, long story. So, like, my grandpa, his dad was, like, one of 15. And
that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And he was the oldest, and he played guitar and fiddle and traveled, so he taught a couple of the brothers, he taught the younger brothers, and so they, two of them, which later on went to write and record the Orange Blossom Special.
That's super cool.
And
yeah, my dad, it's crazy. I don't know. My dad used to play that. Like, that was kind of his thing, like doing the harmonica. It's really cool how, like, I've met so many friends and it's just kind of all tied together.
Yeah.
And for you to, like, have the Orange Blossom Special in your family, like, written.
Yeah, music,
cool.
Every musician, somehow, some way, there's a connection, or some kind of family, it's like a big family, musicians.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, did other people besides your, like, kind of grandfather and uncle stuff do music? Like, I know you said.
Family-wise, it started there. I've had a couple of family members that picked up instruments. Me and I've got an uncle. We're the only two that really are serious about it.
Yeah. So when did you start playing?
Drums? I was 4 years old, I guess. The first time I ever picked up a string instrument, I learned like 3 or 4 chords on a mandolin, and at 4 years old, and had rhythm, and Grandpa would strum the acoustic, and I'd just follow him, Seriously playing, I started playing drums when I was about 9, and I got into playing in church, and I did that for years, and then later on, I started getting into wanting to start a band, so I started learning on the guitar, and I got reacquainted with a band called The Ventures, and I would do, that's how I learned a lot of my leads, is from the lead guitar player for them, and he's one of my heroes, big inspiration, and so I was seriously playing lead guitar since I was 14,
Yeah.
And had a band since I was 15.
That's so cool.
Been in a band of some sort.
Yeah.
Since then. Yeah.
So you still do, like, some stuff, like, kind of inspired by the Ventures.
Oh,
like, you guys do that jam like that festival?
Yeah, once a year, I've kind of taken over hosting that. You know, people come from all over the world,
Yeah.
you know, and across the country to it's just an appreciation, you know,
Yeah.
bunch of fans and. But it's not just ventures. It's it could be the vintage, anything vintage, you know, country or surf music or rock, you know, 60s British invasion rock. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you're playing a Ventures tune today, right? For one of your
Yeah.
songs. Which one is it?
It's called Bulldog. Yeah. That just kind of the reason I chose that for today. You know, that was the song that really was kind of petty, but that got me back into playing lead. I learned a lot on just a simple song like that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of techniques and got into the the finger picking and all that. You know, do a lot of chicken picking and country twang type stuff. You know.
Yeah. Is that kind of? Well, I know you're doing Wildwood Flower and Working Man Blues. Are those the kind of things you're kind of doing like now?
Not so much Wildwood Flower. I did Wildwood Flower today because my grandpa is a huge inspiration on me. You know, we started together. You know, and he always picked that. You know, and it was pretty. He did it a lot prettier than I do. But there's a lot of Carter family. You can tie the Carter family into my family was the Rouse family. You know, there's a lot of history there. They're from the same era. You know.
Yeah, that's so cool.
30s and 40s was when country was really getting started. You know, it was more. I guess now it was more along the lines of bluegrass, but it was mountain music. You know, and real folk type.
Yeah. Well, I know you're playing now still, so I know. Well, we know what one band that you're definitely in, but like, what else are you doing? Like, what other bands do you have going and stuff?
Oh man, I've had my own band since I was 15 or 16. We mainly do dance halls, you know, because we do the older music, you know, the old country and old rock, and the older age groups seem to appreciate that, you know, a little more these days.
Yeah.
You know, but branching out into other bands, getting into other territory, it's a lot of fun. You know, it kind of teaches me a little more, you know, and having to think outside the box, you know, out of my comfort zone.
Yeah,
But it helps. It's all learning, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm a really big believer that we are just, you know, one pile of all these things that we've ever known and loved and all these people. And I think music kind of works the same way. Like when you really love a song or really love an artist, like even though you might not play the same way, like you still carry that and it still is kind of part of what you're doing. So I think there's definitely a takeaway from a lot of the musicians that we meet and stuff. And I know exactly what you mean. It's very refreshing sometimes to meet people that are not doing the exact thing that you've been doing. And like you can learn a lot, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I guess a little more to add about me. So I had a lot of inspiration when I was growing up. I spent a lot of time with Grandma, and she would bootleg these, you know, concerts, you know, of Johnny Cash and Elvis and Roy Orbison and you know, John Lennon, you know, whoever. And so that's really what tailored my taste in music, you know. And I look up to a lot of those guys, you know, a lot of the musicians that played behind those singers, you know, and they're heroes to me, you know.
Yeah.
And learn a lot off of listening to them and watching them play, you know.
So I know you played a little bit of Faded Love earlier, right? And you were using the fiddle. So where did that fiddle come from?
Just a little. So yeah, my grandfather, when I was, I don't know, 3-4 years old, he got into making violins as a hobby. And this was one of the first ones he made, and there was a couple of mistakes, you know. But to me, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And the headstock was a mistake, you know. But he hand carved that with his pocket knife, probably. But yeah, it's he had wished a lot that he wished that he had spent more time with his dad, you know, and learned more about fiddle and you know, he really got into interested in the fiddle in later years, you know.
Yeah.
He taught me what little I know, you know, and I'm kind of like him. I dropped it years ago and wished I'd have kept up with it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's really cool. You said...
Yeah, he made that. I mean, it was just blocks of wood, you know.
Was this like a regular thing he did, or was this like, you know, like 2 or 3 of them and then...
I think he completed about 4 or 5 of them. And,
cool.
He had others that he started on and never finished.
Maybe you should finish them.
Yeah, I might one day.
You should. Is that supposed to be like someone specific or something?
No, okay. It's just something he came up with on the spur
Well, that's really unique. That's really cool. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming out today, James. It's been super, super fun.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, the first one here at Mitch's Pickin Parlor. So
honored.
Make sure you check out James, the Cotton and Steel, Old School, and then our band, Gracie Snow and the Below Zero. Why don't you play us out?
Sure, yeah.